Hey, you guys, don't forget to get onto my socials. I've got Instagram at The Clacky Mole. You can also listen to this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey everyone, we are back to our second episode of The Clacky Mole. And today I have my best Judy joining us today, which is Shaun Harvey. Yay!
Hello.
Like, add in applause sound there. So, what did you think of this week's episode?
Yeah, it was good. I think that as time goes on, we're going to obviously get to know the queens a bit better and have more of an opinion on them.
Yeah.
It's obviously hard in the first few weeks, but it was good to get to know different queens that it wasn't really focused on last week. Like, I feel last week really focused on like Janie and that sort of stuff, where this week it went in a different direction, more about Chelsea Boy and that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
And it was good things with Madam Madness and that sort of stuff as well. So
yes, especially when there's so many of them, it's easy to fall in the background as well. You really have to stand out to get.
And some of them are fighting to stand out so much.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag Abby. Oh my god.
So it was Megan, Schnoonbrood and Rome that had to lip sync for their life last week, and Rome sashayed away. Oh my god, I loved when she was like, all right, bye, I'll slash your tires. She walked out.
Yeah, I like that.
I love when
That
they have
good.
the good exit comments.
Yeah.
So I was wanting to read out what the mirror message was, but because it's not written in English, it's really...
I would have been so impressed if you had of.
I'm reading these subtitles and it's really, really small. So they walk into the workroom the next day. They're very excited to see Fred. And, oh, did you see him wearing those jeans and those pumps?
I know, and the leopard print blazer, I ate for it.
I ate for it. But then in the mini challenge, you took the shoes off and he had a pair of Nikes on.
No, a pair of Vans.
You didn't commit the whole day. So the mini challenge is they're having to dress up these clogs.
I like it. I like a bit of arts and crafts.
I do too. So there's so many tulips.
So many tulips.
So many tulips.
It probably would have been a smarter idea to use fake tulips.
Well, they look really heavy. Like they look like they're drooping over.
Yeah, that's what. They do droop. I mean, one of them put them inside the shoe, and as soon as you put that foot in, they were crushed.
Some of them put them in their socks, sticking up.
Yeah, that was smarter.
But then that was just too heavy, and they kept floating down. So
some of them did a really good one. Like some of them put it together like you were doing it at childcare, and some of them put them together with themes and it was coherent and that sort of stuff. And they're the ones that I leaned more towards, obviously.
Because other people just threw shit upon shit and prayed that it would come out good.
So much shit.
So who's going first? It is Sedigen, and he's got the gold. He was covered in the gold glitter.
I didn't mind that.
Neither did I. He worked the runway in those clogs. Oh, here's Patty Pam Pam's got them in her socks. So she's got these beautiful pink tulips and pink shoes and then these ugly leopard print socks.
And they're flapping around like they're at a car salesman.
Envy Peru is like walking on a demi point. She's going down as
and
well.
She had the Peru stuff. So that was coherent and I liked that.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked tidy where the rest of them were like a 3-year-old had done it. Well, some of them.
That Janie Jackie's look a hot mess. Madame Madness, hers looked like the Cookie Monster.
Yeah, I loved that.
A theme.
I loved that.
Yeah, Janie Jackie's got flowers falling out everywhere.
Yeah, and then she trumps all over them.
Who's this? It looks like a pair of Crocs and not in the good way. It looks really bad.
Crocs is never a good way.
Crocs is never okay. Who
Not
else?
okay.
Megan Schnoonbrood had a really nice, like, green and pink. They were really messy, but it's still a theme. She had a green and pink thing.
But they were opposites, weren't they? They weren't matching.
I think the one front was green and one back was pink, and I think they swapped.
Oh, I think it might be Abby, oh my God, has one pink, one blue.
Yes, that's right. So Chelsea Boy wins the mini challenge. Hers look really good. It looks very, they're the blue with the feathers and it like splattered paint.
Yeah.
Well, who was the other winner? There was 2 winners, wasn't it?
Envy
Peru, because anytime a mini challenge has 2 winners, we all know it's going to be teams.
And they're going to be team leaders, and the responsibility all falls on them. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And then, of course, you'll get the person that gets picked last, and then they go back into high school regression.
And they cry, and
And this is exactly what happens with Madame Madness.
Colour me shocked.
Colour me shocked. And look, it's no. I feel like how you can't take it personally. It's not like everyone stood around and go, okay, guys, we're going to pick. Like, that's just a part of the gig, and someone has to be picked last.
Exactly. And, like, I'm sorry that you went through that in high school, 20 years ago or whatever. But it's not 20. He's not that old. But, yeah, someone has to do it.
Yeah.
And, Envy brings that up later on, which we might think about. But,
yes.
That, I didn't pick you because I didn't like you. I didn't pick you because someone had to be picked last.
That's it.
And she says, get over it.
That's it. So, and look, if anything, use it as motivation and go, okay, there's maybe they don't see me as a threat. Okay, then I need to put my ass into gear and work harder. Or just don't read into it at all.
Yeah, and if you let it become like, I just kind of, as soon as that happened, I was like, she's going to have a bad week.
And they did, and they went into her full sob story.
That's it. Just in case she went home, people need to know her sob story.
I said that. I go, you know what? She's getting her airtime now because I bet you she's going to go home.
Like Kine did in the first episode of Canada.
That story out real quick, eh? Madame Madness has got picked last, and they go through that, and they reveal that the challenge is to do workout videos, but they have meant to have a sexy theme to it.
I thought I think it was supposed to be like Jane Fonda style, but I got a bit confused because I'm a slow reader, so the subtitles really get to me. But I thought that it was supposed to be a music video, but I think I got that wrong.
I just thought that both team names were very sexy. So what was it? Was it Club 69? And immediately I was like, Club 96.
Immediately. And I wish they did it. And
what was
the other one was like
exercise?
Spice up your life by exercising or something.
And again, I got a bit of a Spice Girls vibe.
I know. Well, they did, didn't they? They did give themselves Spice names.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, but I think a big thing in gay culture, I guess, is things do get over-sexualized. Sexualized? Is that a word?
Yes.
Over-sexual and that.
Yeah.
Sexualized is the word I wanted.
There you
Sexualized.
Go. There you
go. So, but I think whether it had to be sexy or not, but Fred loved it.
And I guess the go with any of these challenges, more is more. You cannot be more over the top, and you cannot give enough funny and spotlight stealing.
Well, you think about Stacey Lane Matthews in it when she was eating the chicken in the. Do you remember that? Yeah. Oh my God, it was hilarious, and they all were really funny in that. It was season 3, like it was
Yes.
That's what I expected it to go. They're kind of using challenges from the American ones, in case you haven't noticed.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Which, nothing, you know what? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel's just fine the way it is.
Preach. Yeah, I agree.
With these kind of challenges, though, it's funny how a lot of these, especially the look girls that have a certain aesthetic and that sexiness, they find it hard to like really let themselves go and not be afraid to make a fool of themselves.
Get ugly. Yeah.
Gotta get ugly and make it funny, because those are the ones that succeed in these challenges. And some of them really shock me with how they do that, because I wasn't expecting some of them to be that way.
They're the girls that dress like sluts at Halloween instead of scary stuff.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I don't know. I always like to make a dick of myself.
More than happy to get ugly.
Oh, it's so funny. And people remember that shit way more than the sexy stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So Sex Up Your Sex Life is the first one. So that was team Chelsea Boy. Look, I was a little bit underwhelmed with Chelsea Boy. I was expecting a little bit more. She wasn't the worst, but she was kind of middle of the range for me.
The one part I found hilarious is when Chelsea Boy ran across the stage doing a disclaimer. Like,
yes, at the very end. Great.
That was so funny. I loved that.
So
but the rest of it was bland.
Yeah. So Jamie Jackie's got the TheraBand one. She was okay. I think, again, she was too concerned about making herself look hot and sexy rather than...
Yeah, and they fought over it. So Madam Madness and her fought over it, and then it was blah. I was like, oh, you should have
like,
just
if
gone
you're
with
going to fight for something, you better make it fucking good and worth that you fought for it. So the other person can be like, oh, yeah, okay, cool, you deserve to use that one. Where the other queen was probably like, oh, I would have done such a better job.
Well, yeah. I think, yeah, there were so many things you could have done with that.
So many. Do you know what I love with those? Because we've used them before at dancing.
That's right, dancing.
You know what I always a fear of doing is making it like a slingshot and making it go across the room.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about hurting myself. Like if it flips off your foot and goes into your face.
Yeah, they should have done something like that. That would have been funny. So Mama Queen has got the skipping ropes and she's cinching with it.
I like that. I didn't mind that. They had to ask what they were doing, but I got it straight away that they were cinching, and I thought that was smart.
Yeah, it was cute. It's just got to the bit where Madame Madness falls off the pedestal and you're like, oh, her day just got bad to worse.
Oh my God. That was, yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't hurt herself, but she could have pulled a eureka and got some crutches.
Oh God. Well, so her one, so she's meant to be like this butch ski instructor. Is that what her character is meant to be?
Yeah, I think that's what she says later on. But again, she was being ugly, which I thought was funny.
But the personality didn't match it.
No, and should have done more, like gone Asia O'Hara, the ugly face, sort of really ugly.
Because I wish she'd gone with a mullet. Like that wig was a mullet. Because she had a short, like kind of Ellen DeGeneres wig thing going on. But imagine if it was a mullet, had a party in the back. That would have been funny. Because she obviously has the beard. But her face isn't painted like her usual runway face where it's the beard is incorporated and it's just a part of the face, where this it's just a beard.
She just looks like she didn't have time to shave.
Yeah, she just looks like a man.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know if it was a time thing. But look, you just wanted her to do well and you were just like, oh, well,
this is why you're picked class.
Yeah. And look, when they started getting the balls going about the big gym balls, I was like, okay, we're getting there. Who was it? Jackie, where she's like banging this ball in her face.
It was like Lady Gaga's 911 film clip, wasn't it? Like the banging on the pillow. Yeah.
But yeah, the girls, I feel like her team outshone her that was her time to shine, and her team were all like, ah, with these balls. Who's next? Abby. Abby, oh my God. She actually starts speaking in Spanish.
Funny. I like that. And it's like when Nikki Doll, they wanted her to speak more in French, and Bagger did it a lot in Canada. She spoke in French a lot.
It's like when Cynthia Lee Fontaine, when her Spanish comes out, she is a fucking delight. Her charisma just is so captivating when she does that. So was a smart choice to do.
I agree.
Spanish.
I agree. And probably saved her later too.
Yeah, right. So she's got the foam roller. And again, being very sexy. She probably could have let go a little bit, made it a bit funnier, but look.
Yeah. And so they've got that famous workout girl in there with them.
Yes. Is she like she's like a Jane Fonda
of Holland, absolutely. And she mentions to Fred that it's actually a massage roller, and she's kind of using it as that wheel where you go out.
Yes.
Using it completely wrong, which again makes it funny.
Yeah, it does. It really does. It really does. So now it's Chelsea boys doing.
No, that was Chelsea. Oh, yeah, sorry. The disclaimer.
And it's got the water. Is he the one that ends up spraying the water all over himself?
It's a cool down. They're doing a cool down.
Aha, of course, a cool down. And they throw water all over their faces like they're sucking dicks. So I'm like, makes everybody laugh.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Look, wasn't bad, but then you see the next team and you're like, they were okay until we saw the next team, which were definitely outdid them. So there's 4. This is Envy Peru's team. And again, she was one that I was like, oh, is she gonna, because she's a look queen. She's had a lot of plastic surgery. She's very big with her look. And to see her let go and make a total dick of herself paid off.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got the cigarette hanging out of her mouth. And they've all got like these giant tits as well. Oh my God, was it Megan Schnoonbrud that had the nipple hanging out?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think later on you see Mama Queen have her boob hanging out, but I never saw that in her section. So I think maybe it was an afterthought. But it is funny. They're all dressed ugly as.
It's so good. Oh, so Megan Schnoonbrud's got the weight. And you think it's going to be like the shake and bake. And then she spits on it and starts circling it. And Kyle's watching it and he's like, and I go, it's like a bum hole.
So funny. I thought when she spat on it, she was going to start going for like a head sort of thing. But when she started like
circling it. So
it
good.
Was kind of that moment where you're like, oh, do I have to look away? Like it was hilarious.
Like a car crash. You couldn't not watch it. So she definitely redeemed herself from last week. Her performance in this
100%.
saved her. And by the end of it, she's got one whole tit hanging out of her leotard. Who did I just say? Oh, Patty Pam. Oh, she suffered in comparison majorly to the rest of her team. But I think I don't even think it was that. I think even if she just would have been really dry, she was just deer in the headlights, wasn't she?
I feel like she's blending in a lot.
Just the look on her face was fear, like,
Get mum.
Get mum. It was not good. But what did she look like? She had a riding crop or something. She was doing stretches. Again,
I have no idea what the instrument was, but yeah, she was doing side stretches.
Next is Setigen with the neck loops. Again,
how funny is her outfit?
Oh my God, she's Sylvia Fine going to the gym.
I think it's the schnoz that makes it so Sylvia Fine.
Yes.
Like, because that is a big schnoz.
She's got the gin too. But she's one that she's a dead set comedy queen. She dresses way too old for her age. She's only like 27 or something.
Yeah, she's under 30.
She's younger than us.
I know. I was really shocked because even out of drag, she looks old.
Yeah. And then
like older.
Yes. So I don't know. Like obviously that's her strength and it's working for her at the moment. But
yeah, and it was quite funny that whatever her name was, the Jane Fonda of Holland, she was like, okay, so not everybody can do this. What's your alternative? And then she says Megan, but I think it's actually Envy gets on the seat and starts doing it while sitting down. And it was hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, Envy really shocked me. Yeah, she sits down on the chair. Yeah, she's sitting down now.
And just
no,
she's
sitting down. She's sitting there like, and the judges are like losing their shit at her. They love it.
Yeah. It was so good. So good.
So they go back to the workroom, and do you see them? They start discussing plastic surgery. Who's had what done?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
what work have you had done, Natasha?
Absolutely nothing. Why? What work have you had done?
I've had a little bit of fillers under my eyes.
I'm too poor. I can't afford it.
Mine was a spare at the moment after our friend Hannah's wedding. Just decided to drop on in and get it done.
No, I'm sure one day I'll do it. But there's some queens that have made it very obvious. Well, you can tell, like Envy Peru,
Megan
as
well, yeah,
has had some. Who else said that they did?
So Sedigen was talking about how she lost a lot of weight, so she had to have skin removal from her chin.
I wouldn't class that as having like plastic surgery to enhance your womanly beauty, like what a lot of these queens do.
But it's to enhance. Like they would have had essentially a turkey gullet or a pelican gullet. It's not a turkey gullet. I don't know what that thing's called in a turkey, but because it would have been hanging down too low, so she had to get it all pulled up.
Yeah,
so again, plastic surgery.
Consider that like plastic surgery, but obviously she talks about that.
Well, it's done by a plastic surgeon. It's probably more plastic surgery than a nurse putting some fillers under your eyes or on your lips.
Look, yeah, true. I know what you mean. Now this is when my opinion of Abby, oh my God, starts to diminish, because in like the confessionals, she's like, I don't understand why queens need to get nose jobs and get work done. You know, you should just, feel who you are. And, I go to the gym every day and blah, blah, blah.
5 days a week, yeah. Oh.
How dare you judge them?
Yeah.
If that's what they want to do to make themselves feel better, then all the power to them.
She's young though, isn't she? She feels like to me a Fifi O'Hara.
Oh.
Like, how Fifi O'Hara was like 21 when she was on season 4.
Yes.
And she was a bish. So here we go. I just looked it up. Abby's 25. So she's not too young.
Young enough to know.
Bitch.
And not
I'm just so perfect and blah, blah, blah. And
bit conceited.
Just from this week's episode, I hope she doesn't go far.
Oh, I know. She only gets worse.
But she'll have the villain edit, so she'll go far.
Yeah. Well, in saying that, we thought that about Kine in Canada, and she didn't last very long.
True.
Yeah, look, I don't know how it's edited. So they're doing their makeup, and they're all freaking out because Nikki Tutorials is a judge this week. So I've come across Nikki Tutorial on YouTube before.
Mm-hmm.
She's amazing. She's great. Her videos are really funny, and she's always been quite a big advocate and supporter of drag, more just from a fan point of view. I think the first time I watched her was when I got given the Alyssa Edwards palette from Anastasia. I'm going to say Anastasia Beaverhausen.
Anastasia Beverly Hills.
Hills for my birthday. And because it's a lot. It's a big, very bright colors that I'm not used to using. So I naturally looked up a YouTube tutorial of what I could do with it. And she has a tutorial on it. And again, she loves drag. And she's actually originally from the Netherlands. So when she speaks on YouTube, she sounds American.
Is she living in America now?
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And she also, she didn't come out. She was outed on her YouTube channel, on another channel, as being a trans woman.
Yeah, that's not nice. It's her own truth to say.
And that's it. And she ended up doing a big video about it and pretty much saying, it's my truth to tell. And, her fiance knew who she was in that life. But yeah, she's a huge advocate for the drag community and in Holland. So all the queens are kind of freaking out because she's a makeup artist. So, and this is a face challenge. Did we figure out if it was the face?
We were talking about that. Yeah. So the theme is face. And I guess it could be interpreted a million different ways. Like, to me, face is to have your makeup on point. But I guess face could be anything. You could be wearing a dress with your face all over it. Or I guess it's really just to interpretation. And I guess it was like last week with the queens. It was up to their interpretation of that too.
Agreed.
So, yeah.
Well, Abby, oh my God, storyline of the villain goes from bad to worse. So she's swanning around the workroom because she can't find her corset. And
I'd hide it on the bitch too.
So she's insinuating that someone has hidden it. And no one's kind of, not that they don't care, but they're trying to get their own shit together. They haven't got time to be looking for her stuff.
And the only person that's helping her is Madam
Madness. And she's being a real brat about it.
Mm-hmm.
She's being a real brat, and she's convinced that someone's hiding it, and everyone knows that I wear a corset. Jackie's like, mate, what are you doing? The queens just think she's being ridiculous.
Oh, she is.
Oh, absolutely. So she finds it in the end. Oh, no, someone finds it.
Madam Madness finds it for her.
Yes.
In the corner. She says, I found it in the corner over there.
So again, she's adamant that someone is trying to sabotage her.
I'd do it.
They're just, So yeah, she's just, her attitude has just gone, bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on the runway now. Was it you that was telling me that Fred in drag looks like Leah Remini?
100%.
Yes.
So
I see it now.
Right. So when Fred came out straight away, I was like, Oh my God, it's the wife from Kings of Queens. Like,
I love Leah Remini.
Oh, she's hilarious. She's absolutely hilarious. But I also feel like Fred's outfit is very pedestrian. And I think last week it was too. It was just this black kind of similar number.
Yes.
But because it was a black dress, you kind of don't, whatever. But now it's this leopard print. Yeah, but this week it's this leopard print summer dress that looks like it came out of,
Jersey.
Valley Girl or something.
Yeah, it's very Jersey.
Yeah, which again makes me go to Leah.
Yes.
Because she's full Jersey,
Joycey, yes, very much so. And then Rue, they've got all these pre-recorded messages from Rue, like he's really there, even though he's not. All right, so Patty Pam is first. Now, she's called Starry Night, and she's kind of a living painting.
She's a living Van Gogh. She's the drag version of Van Gogh.
Yeah.
So she's got the ear cut off.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, so she's got this big bandage over her ear like that.
Of course.
And so it's Starry Starry Night is a self-portrait of Van Gogh, I believe. So I'm not
thinking
fully
of the Scream one.
No, that's not Starry Starry Night. So it's like she's coming out of the painting. So
yes,
her face is painted as the Starry Starry Night, and that's why she's got that big ginger Annie wig. As
they do, which they do. They comment on that, don't they? Telling her that she looks like Orphan Annie all grown up.
Yeah. I get the concept, and I agree with it, and it's different, but it's not executed
And
nicely.
again, they say this to her in her critique because she's the first one out, and then they're like, "Oh, by like the second and third, I'd forgotten about her."
That's right, and like the dress, although it's white and it's got the paint on it and stuff, the rest of it is really bland. So even if she went real hooker at the bottom or something, would have been funny.
It wasn't a wow factor, and she didn't sell it.
No, she had a bland wig, definitely.
Ugh, dry. All right, next is Chelsea Boy, who is Spray of Life. Now, I'm getting very David Bowie vibe with this. He's got the spray can connected to the hair, so it looks like it's being sprayed out of the can.
The only thing I didn't like about this is it was bouncing around too much.
Yes.
Like, I kind of would have preferred if in the hair was a wooden pole, because it's quite clearly either something flimsy or I wouldn't say a spring because that would just hang down, but it's really bouncing while she's walking.
Yeah, there's not enough hold.
Yeah.
Again, the shoes, her shoes were those alien shoes last week were huge. She's got these huge white shoes.
She's very cosplay, Chelsea Boy.
Yes.
And you see that in her promo shot. She's all blue and yeah.
So good.
So yeah, I think that the alien shoes and that sort of stuff is very her brand.
Now, but when I was trying to work out what the theme was, they all have a paint theme to them as well. So I thought it was something to do with the gowns or the outfits having paint on them or being painted or airbrushed, because there's all a bit of a weird paint theme.
I never thought of that
as well. That's why I was just really
when Rue announces the thing, it's face.
Yes.
So, and I mean, Chelsea Boy's outfit does, you see that face and all the black and that sort of stuff, and it's a confusing theme. It's not definitive enough.
That was like last week. I had to really think about it last week too and go, oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, I think that made more sense than this week. But anyway,
I get it.
Cool theme.
Is Mama Queen. I gagged when she came out as the chakras.
Yeah, I do think that. I do think it's a little bit. I'm in a lycra onesie, rocker Stedford, with cardboard stuck on me.
Yes.
It's very that.
The execution was probably not as good as it could have been. And being a face challenge, having that one chakra painted was not enough. In the whole concept, I was like, oh, I get what you're doing. And no one's ever done that. I was like, what an awesome theme, an original theme.
I agree. I do think, the face was boring. But I didn't see chakra. I saw like charmed sort of
I am
Wiccan.
the sun and
So I saw that, but again, when she was walking down and the cardboard flaps were all flapping, I was like, oh, she's in an 8-minute Rocker Stedford right now.
She had wings, and when she turned around, I'm like, is she a bug?
She did have some dragonfly realness about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one, which again I gagged, was Cetigen. Oh, see, again, it's got paint splatter on her.
Well, the whole damn thing's painted. Look at her face. She's Midas touch. Everything she touches turns to gold. She's practically a Logie.
Oh, it was just
I loved it. I
stunning.
really loved the sparks coming off her eye and stuff. Like, I didn't know what was happening when she was talking in the workroom and she only had half of her face painted, like brows and eye and whatever. And then the sparks coming off and around are just fantastic.
And then she's got like the bondage, you know, the belt situation, straps
harnesses,
going, that one going down and around. She's got a cape, but it's all just works.
Hooker boots, it's so good.
And then she pulls out a bubble gun and she starts
blowing
bubbles.
She went full Club Kid on that.
It was really very Club Kid.
I really enjoyed it.
So good. Oh, this one I was genuinely confused about, and that was Megan Schoenbrod as the ice cream. Now, if it was me and I was doing that, I would have had, so the hair was cool.
Yes.
But I would have then continued the pink and been all pink, very similar to Janie Jackie, who's going to do blue, and done it pink but different shades and made it work. So then my head and my face into my neck was the ice cream and then the cone. But she's got blue in there.
I don't know where the blue came from. I would have done, yes. She should have, she is pretty. She's very pretty.
Very pretty.
At least it should have come down her face, half of her face, similar to what Surdejan did.
Yeah.
With the Club Kid sort of style of that, but then had really pretty on one side. I think that the blue is dumb. It's dumb. No offense, Megan, if you're watching, which I'm sure you're not, but
sorry,
dumb. And cinch. She was not cinched. She had no ass in.
That leotard looked like it was pulled out of a bag from Lombard's. The party shop.
I know what Lombard is, but I would have gone more the reject shop. But it was, like there was no padding inside, which she might not be a padding queen, but her bum looked really flat. And they always zoom in on the bum when they're walking backwards. Always.
But then the leotard of it should have been hoiked up a bit. It was a little bit
which Fred does say, yeah.
Which they do say. And then nothing like what you could have made it into like a gown and had the pattern of the cone, like the waffle part, go down and then do a mermaid or something to
really
the cone.
Aggressive fishnets that looked like waffle.
Again, does not make. And she's carrying an ice cream.
Wow, it's like I'm a mouse, duh.
But the ice cream's carrying an ice cream. It was...
I think, it was disappointing considering she had such a great performance in the maxi.
Oh, wasn't it? But then she also had this organza, like, netting on her shoulder as well. I was so confused.
We don't know what the ice creams look like in Holland. We could be wrong.
Maybe are you from Holland? What do your ice creams look like? Because we're very...
Please contact us. We need to know.
Immediately. Oh, lucky she's pretty.
Lucky she's got a nice face.
That's it. So, oh, honey. Oh, here's another tragedy, bless his Madam Madness. I didn't understand.
Well, it's lucky that she explained that the artist is the paintings in IKEA.
Yes, but I didn't get IKEA from that dress.
I would have got IKEA if she did meatballs, but it was... And no. And again, it was ill-fitting. It was ugly. It wasn't gold. It was like matte. And
I feel like if you're going to do a gown like that, she should have had a boob. She had no boobs. She was flat. At least shape it up a bit.
The face, should have done more. It was beautiful. And, I know that you mentioned this last week and you told me before how much you were so excited for a bearded queen. But, we've seen her in the promo, we've seen her in week 1, we've seen her in week 2 do the same thing.
Yeah, like now
she's something different.
Do something different with it. Like if she's going to be adamant.
Put some glitter in it. Yeah.
Holiday beard.
Some holiday beard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just, again, lucky she's pretty, because it was not nice at all.
I see. I wouldn't even say she's pretty right now. It was terrible.
Yeah. Unfortunate, really. This one, again, maybe because I've got an opinion about her now, is Abby. Oh my God. This looks like my toddlers painted this on her neck.
It's a little bit Halloween.
It was just like crayon
Mm.
drawn on her neck. Again, why I kind of got the whole paint thing, because some of them incorporated it, like it's not really an original idea.
Mm. I don't think that the rainbow flag was needed this early. We get it.
Yes.
But as much as I love the rainbow flag and fly that flag, I don't think, look, no one else did it. Granted, no one else did it, and I don't want to offend anybody, but why are you crying the rainbow? Like, the whole dress should have been rainbow or something. I don't know. I just wasn't into it. And I think her attitude this week really made me put off as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hold a grudge.
I'm bitter. But yeah, nothing wowed me about it. And look, maybe it was better when she did it, and after a day of filming, it's just melted and gone a bit yucky, and that's unfortunate.
But the nails as well. It was like circa 2011.
They're almost Shanae. They are getting real long.
I'm pretty sure nice. They wouldn't pass customs as a weapon. They were full on.
It just, I was not. Look, the dress was nice, but it was not doing anything for me.
She looked good. Her body looked good, and because the dress came out here and out there, it had that hourglass thing, but the concept wasn't imaginative at all.
No, not at all. And the execution was poor.
Poor.
I said it. Poor.
Circle poor.
So sister Envy Peru comes out in this like pop art. Oh, that dress.
Do you know what I loved about the dress is the color of it. It wasn't extreme. Like, it was like a burgundy, like mulberry, dark. Yeah, mulberry. Yeah, I get that. And it left the hair to stand out a lot more and be that kind of pop art. The only thing I would have loved more was, you know how in the pop art they have like circles, like the white dots on their head? Yes. I would have liked that, but that's it. That's just minor. The rest of it,
it was like she stepped out of an Andy Warhol painting. Like, it was just, and the black that made like her looked like she had this tiny little waist and the little circles under the bum. Just made
And she pulled a Latrice and wore the same shoes again, but they're Louboutins, so
with the red underneath.
Yeah, we'll let it happen.
We'll let it slide. But again, for someone who is a look queen and is so beautiful, she shocked us and she surprised us and did something well out of the comfort zone.
She had a great week, definitely.
Great week. Next is Janie Jackie, and she looks like a Dungeons and Dragons character.
Yeah, it was very Game of Thrones.
It was just very mystical. It was cool. And again, someone who is quite a bit of a look queen.
But the face. I don't get that out of it.
I'm still confused.
None of these outfits helped me at all to figure out the thing.
But this looks expensive. It looks chic.
And the makeup is good. Like, it's still nice and light around her eyes, and you can see. Yeah, I like it.
And then she had like elf ears too, or like not elf ears, but like these weird ear things.
Yeah,
they were very cool. No, she had a good week too. So, again, still confused in regards to the face.
If anyone knows the theme and can explain it to us, please DM.
Slide into my DMs and let me know. So they announced the safe queens as Janie Jackie. Again, I was a little bit shocked. Who else is safe? Mama Queen, the chakras is safe.
She's lucky.
Chelsea Boy with the spray paint. And was that it?
That's it, I think. Yeah.
3 this week. So, look, I feel like it's very obvious who the tops and the bottoms are.
Yeah,
week.
I think that Abby went into it thinking that she was one of the
In
tops.
the top. Sorry, girl.
What a rude shock.
Rude awakening. So yeah, Patty Pam Pam, they're just telling her that they've forgotten about her.
Which we did too.
We did too. Yeah, and she, even on the runway, she's just like, I'm like, give us something, even angst, anything.
Fight back.
Yeah, at least have some passion. It just seemed very like, I don't know.
Personality.
I don't know.
Yeah. Stop being so beige.
Cetigen, they are just in awe of her. They love
Rightfully so.
her. And she said that this was a risk for her, that this is really out of her comfort zone and not something she would normally do.
Well, I guess she always does the old lady thing. And that was my concern when she came into the workroom. I was like, she's always going to be old lady.
Yeah.
Which, Bag of Chips always did that same
and
old lady.
There was a lot of them have that shtick. But it gets real old real quick.
Yeah, so I'm glad that she showed us nice and early that she can do something else.
Absolutely.
She was my winner this week. I thought that she was hilarious. And her outfit was amazing. Yeah.
So, no, they really, really, really like her. So the next is Abby. Oh, my God. And they really... Oh, wait, no, hold on. That's not her. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. That's Madam Madness. They're like, oh, that dress. I'm like, ooh. No,
Burn it.
not that dress. It's funny with Cetigen, I can't think of her being bigger and heavier. It's bizarre. Because they're up to Megan Schoenbrod, and they're like, their hair is Gucci. Everything else, terrible.
And they read us of a blue on her head too, which is rightfully so, because we are very confused.
She's got a weird bit of blue on the head and then a weird bit on her neck, but there's no blue in the ice cream. It'd be different if it was like the rainbow swirl, that's kind of like the pink and the blue and the yellow, that rainbow flavored paddle pop palette. So they're kind of reading her for filth.
I would too.
So would I. Thank God she was funny in the challenge. She was one of the best in the challenge. Yeah, and they're telling her to cinch. Hey, Fred's like, get that hourglass in there. Real aggressive.
Hourglass. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, wait, she's going a sob story. She's talking about her breakup. Unless she doesn't feel pretty anymore.
That's what fillers are for.
Wait, as in her face?
Yeah.
I thought you meant her being a filler.
I'm not that mean.
I was like, damn. Yeah, they talk about her in the challenge and how beautiful and how funny they were. Like, bring that to the runway, because their runways have not been good consistently.
I liked her Diana Ross, but I understand why she got...
It just was ill-fitting, wasn't it? And her padding was weird. So, yeah, Madame Madness... That's right. Nikki Tutorials goes, I know who you are. I follow you. So she's gagged.
I follow you. I know that this is your signature look. Do something different.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And obviously Fred says, get rid of that dress.
She say, she's like, it's already gone.
Yeah. Can we just go back to Cetigen for one sec?
Sure.
They sort of read her. They mention how much she struggles standing in heels. Oh,
is that what they were talking? Again.
Yeah. They're saying that like, I can see you standing there struggling in your heels. And then what's the girl's name?
Kiki plays it.
Yeah. She brings her heels up to show that she's in heels all day as well.
Yeah.
And I noticed last week in the lip sync that Surgeon was standing at the back of the stage with her shoes off, like it was race day.
Oh!
I know. And I was like, surely not, because I know that it's been mentioned like on other podcasts about them having to keep their shoes on, and, you know, you don't get a chance to rest.
And the filming is long. Like, okay, it's an hour for us, but they might have been filming that for 8 hours.
And it's like Kim Chi can't walk in heels, but she keeps them on, so keep your shoes on. But she was full like rocking, like.
You know what? I'd be the same though. I'm sympathising with her. I get it. Abby, oh my God. So they really like her dress. They like her dress.
That's it.
That's about it. And she talks about that she's sweaty. And they wanted it to be sharper in the lines of her makeup.
There are ways to keep paint there with sweat. Like there are different paints that you could use. It's not an excuse.
Yeah, they're telling her.
Rocker Stedford, we know how to make that stuff stay on your face.
Absolutely. It's a long day. So yeah, Shen thinks she's just getting a bit defensive. Envy Peru, again, they are gagging over that dress. They're gagging over her body shape, the shoes, everything.
She's done really well.
They love her. And I love how Fred kind of doesn't follow the exact same dialogue as what RuPaul does. He's kind of like, okay, we're done now. We need to gossip, go.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I think that another thing that stands out is that the subtitles, I don't think they 100% translate correctly.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I saw a few things. I was like, I think it's supposed to be saying something else. So, but I do like that he makes it his own, and it's something that we would have liked to see in Canada, I guess. You know, that was a big critique for the judges in Canada. It was
too put on, being exactly like RuPaul. I'm like, okay, why don't we use this to our advantage and go, we're not RuPaul, so let's make it our own.
Absolutely.
And look, I'm hoping and praying that when it does come to Australia, that whoever does it will kind of follow suit. God, I hope one day.
Well, side note, I thought it was announced and they were just doing, but
who?
Well, no, and I think COVID-19 has changed a lot of plans for everybody.
Bloody COVID. Oh, so this is when Abby, oh my God, goes from bad to worse to even worse now in like the Untucked. So
I noticed that Untucked is very similar to Canada, how they're just sitting on the couch sort of thing.
Yes, so it's not an actual Untucked. But they're talking about, they're just giving their opinions and no one's being rude. But Abby, oh my God, seems to be able to dish out the criticism. But as soon as someone gives her a critique, and they weren't rude, they were just giving their honest opinion, she bites back.
And then Janie Jacquet, Janie Jacquet was not holding back though.
I think maybe she was fed. Well, she was fed up with her with the whole corset situation earlier in the day. So I think, I don't know, but Abby just all of a sudden just like got up and left.
Flips it, goes and has a dozer.
Oh, and her again with those shenanes trying to smoke a cigarette with those. It was awful.
It's like, do you remember, and she's still going, the Australian drag queen Nova China? She has the longest nails ever. It's like that.
It's like me circa 2012.
Yeah, exactly. Except yours was longer.
Oh, that was a time. So, yeah, Abby's walked off set and she's had a bit of a crowd follow her and they go outside for a durry. But I don't know. I think Abby overreacted a little bit.
Again, screen time.
That's it. She knows how to work it. But obviously, Sister is there, and Setigen's there too, supporting her through it.
Setigen just wanted a ciggy.
Probably. So, look, I feel like that's some more drama that's going to evolve.
Absolutely.
In the coming weeks.
And you don't know how producer pushed that is either.
Oh, sorry, Janie Jackie just said, a sheep in the meadow is useless until you shear it. I'm like, oh, there you go.
Well, unless it's keeping your grass out, there's many uses for sheep.
I was like, I don't get it. Oh, so then Abby is adamant that she's the one that took her corset and that she's a backstabber. And after all, I'm one of her biggest competitions. I'm like, oh.
Are you?
I wouldn't go that far, doll. So judges are pretty much saying it's going to be Patty Pam Pam in the bottom. And then it's pretty much between Abby. No, not Abby, sorry. Between Megan and Madame for the bottom.
Yep.
All right. So I thought Setigen might have taken the win this week.
Again, she was my winner.
But Envy Peru, again, still a worthy opponent.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe I don't know. I feel like Megan Schoenbrood outdid them all in the challenge. I thought she was my funniest in the main challenge. Oh, that's what I noticed. They didn't play the whole video on the main stage. Usually if they film something in a challenge, you see snippets, and then on the main stage they play it, so you get to see the final product.
No, this time they just did it in front of the judges, and that was it.
Which I thought was really weird. So Setigen's safe. Abby is safe. I feel like it was 2 tops and 4 bottoms, not 3 and 3. So yes, they say that Patty looks great, but they forgot about her. And lucky with her performance with Megan, she's safe.
Skate through, Megan.
Terrible lip sync song, by the way.
Yeah.
I find it's quite a slow beat. It's an uplifting song, but it's quite slow paced. So you've got to be more emotive other than yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be death dropping and that sort of stuff.
No, he's saying that they like to cartwheel in those cows.
I know. When I so it was Raw by Katy Perry. When I put that on a party playlist, I speed it up. Because obviously, if I have a party playlist, I want to be dancing the whole time that 4-hour playlist is going. But I speed it up because it is a slow song.
I couldn't even see myself on a dance floor dancing to that song because it's just a bit slow.
That's it. And I think that Patty Pam Pam's lip sync wasn't very good, but you kind of let it go because it's a different language. Fair enough.
Yeah. So, I just feel like, Madame kind of owned it a little bit more.
See, I didn't. I was surprised. I thought that Patty was using her dress really nicely and was kind of more into it. And then when Madame did this weird split with a sickled foot at the back of the stage.
Yeah, I was like, at least do it up the front where we can all see it.
Well, Patty says, I know that Madame's going to do the splits and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But she's not even doing the splits. She's like, you could drive a truck through those legs. It was like this far off the ground.
But she's trying to pussy pop, but no one can see her because she's at the back.
I know. And this foot that was literally turned in practically flat.
Cringe.
I mean, that's just the dancer coming out, of course, and critiquing. But I was a bit like,
yeah.
Got that.
And again, do you know what? I said this to Carla as well. I said, nobody crawled up that runway. I'm like, Raw, at least try and be a tiger or something and do a big crawl up the runway if you're on the floor doing floor work.
I love that. That's a great idea.
Like,
I just think that it might be a language barrier thing again, where it's very hard, but it wasn't a great lip sync.
Just let's give him a shot. Give him a chance with a decent song.
True.
Yeah. But so Patty Pam Pam sachets away.
Catch a Pat.
And look, she seems bothered, but not that bothered.
Yeah, I guess she hasn't really been there long enough to get to. I mean, second gone is not amazing, and we don't really know her that well, so hopefully.
And I feel like she must have been a reserved person because we didn't get to see a lot of that person.
I don't really remember it all too much from last week either. So
no, I don't either. But
I'm glad Madame gets. Hopefully next week she shows us something different, and really, obviously being a bearded queen is something different, but I think she's creative. Yeah. She could be more creative.
And next week, again, looks like teams and it looks like an acting challenge.
Yes, which can always go horribly, horribly wrong.
I feel like, again, for us, I noticed in the main challenge this week is then they were laughing and it looked funny, but reading the subtitles, the funny didn't come across to me. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. But it wasn't like gut busting because it was a bit of a delay of us getting the joke.
That's it. And again, I'm not the quickest reader, so sometimes I miss the joke on the subtitles.
Yeah, no, agreed. But that's it. Episode 2. And now there's done. 8 queens left. That's it. And the seasons go really quick when they've got the 10.
They do, like an all-star. I don't know if I have a favourite yet. I mean, I have a soft spot for Setigen after this week.
Me too. Agree.
Yeah. And I think I would, this is going to be mean, but I feel like I guessed that would be a favourite for you because you do like the old lady queens. Like,
I really do.
Like Rita, like how you're saying Rita Bagger was your favourite. And I was like, no way, Priyanka for the win. And and then when I saw Setigen walk in the room, I'm like, that's Tasha's favourite.
Oh, I'm a sucker for a comedy queen. Make them laugh. Everyone wants to.
And Sylvia, fine.
Right? Who was it that Chad Michaels? Everybody loves to laugh. He's not wrong.
True.
Not wrong, but that's it for episode 2. Thank you.
Amazing.
So much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
No worries. And we'll be back next week for episode 3. Bye.